So I'm on a work trip in Florida this week, and I was editing this video last night and realized that I forgot to make an intro. So this is the intro. So I'm going to make one video this week because of this trip. I've got a lot going on. But also I wanted to say that if you've ordered from the store, you guys that have ordered from the store this week, I will send your orders on Tuesday when I get back home. As soon as I get back home, I'll send those out. Thank you so much for supporting the store. That's basically it. I hope you enjoy the video. See ya. So I use this stuff to start with. It's called wet foam. It's floral foam, but it's the wet kind. This is called desert foam. This is the stuff I normally use, and I am not a big fan of this because of, well, that. It's super soft. It's just not good. I mean, that's bad. If you bump into it the wrong way, you're gonna ruin it. So I'm gonna rip all this out and put in the stuff that I'm used to using. I also moved the car out of the elements, so mostly out of the elements. So rain and stuff won't get on it while I'm shaping and getting ready to put fiberglass on. So I'm gonna rip this out, and then I'm gonna put the right stuff in and keep working my way around the car. Baseball. Whoa, where'd you find that?
Baseball.
Baseball. Where'd you find it? Where was it?
Down.
Huh?
Down.
Oh. Hey. 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 Look at Dada. Look at Dada. Up here. What's the matter? You gotta get in the other side, look.
I'm going deeper.
You wanna get in that side?
Yeah.
That's gonna be hard. Get on the side with the door, dude. No, you did it. You did it. Are you happy again? Now what? We'll be right back. Alright, so I'm going to take a break from the back. That is by far the hardest part, is that section that I'm having to build around the gas cap. It's the biggest modification. This is actually going to be a little bit more simple. So off camera, I tacked this in with some hot glue. You'll see me do it on the other side. But it's tacked in there and it's pretty strong. So I'm going to use that to hold it in place while I fiberglass around it, and then I'll pull the hot glue off and smooth it out. I think it's going to work really well. But my turn signal is going to go right inside of here. And I think it's going to look awesome. I think it's going to look like it was meant for this car. And then I'm going to take some foam and fill this area. I made a little spacer. It's like an inch thick. It's just made of foam. And that's going to hold this fender out to the place that I want it, so that when I build it, it all works out with the side skirts and everything else that's going on. It should be pretty simple. I should just be able to fill this in with some foam, shape it down to the shape that I need, and be done. And then I've got to decide what I'm going to do up here Yeah, I gotta decide what I'm gonna do up here. I may do that with just fiberglass, or I may use a little bit of foam, I don't know. But I'm gonna go ahead and get to work on that, take a break from the back, and keep moving. Something I'm doing differently this time that I didn't do last time. Last time I built the shape of the foam exactly how I wanted it to look, but I ran into a problem when I put fiberglass on it because then it was taller, it stuck out further than it was supposed to. So this time I'm kind of recessing the foam a little bit, and what that's going to do is when I lay in the fiberglass will be even with the old part, and it should all flow a lot better, and it'll take me a lot less time to sand. A lot of my sanding last time was just trying to make the new pieces look like they weren't there. So if I can get them a little bit closer to being flush, I'm going to have a lot better time sanding. Okay, so our front fenders are done. Well, I mean, you know, they're good enough at the moment for me to start putting some fiberglass on. The rears are smooth where I cut the molding out. You might have seen me cutting the factory molding off. Originally, I was going to use the molding that was already on the kit, the stuff that's already made into it. But it is the size of the BMW and it's close to factory, but it's not the exact same width as factory. So I figured I'm covering this up anyway. I might as well pull the factory stuff off and reuse it. So I'm just gonna make the fender smooth and then glue the factory molding on top of it so that it matches perfectly across the car. This is close to being done. I'm kind of going to come back to it now. I had to get back into working with this stuff. It's been so long, but I'm feeling pretty good about it. And you might have noticed I have a lot of gaps. Something I did with the front fenders on the MR2 is I covered all of the foam up with tape. That way, when I pulled the fender off, I could pull all the foam out really quickly and get the tape off. And it made it really easy to reinforce from the backside, which I found out is absolutely necessary. You have to reinforce it from the back for it to hold. So I'm gonna do that, and that's why I'm kind of being really loose here. I've got a lot of gaps. The fitment isn't flush. That's on purpose because I want to fill that with fiberglass. But yeah, I'm getting really close. I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna finish this off, this gas cap thing. You can see the way I'm measuring is I'm just using the gas cap itself and seeing if it opens. If it opens, we're good. But I don't want really tight clearances right now because I'm going to be adding material. And so I really need to take some of this out. I'm going to take some of this fiberglass out here. And then I'm going to take out this fiberglass as well. And that should give me enough clearance to put in plenty of material and still have the door opening. Let's see, last thing, I actually don't have a plan for this yet, so I'm going to try to make up a plan while I'm doing this, but is this section right here. Obviously it doesn't fit my car at all, and I don't think there's any way of really making it look like it's supposed to. The BMW bumper sticks out further higher, if that makes sense, so the bend in my bumper is down here, and then the BMW bumper bend is way up here. So I'm going to cut it at the seam where it's kind of got this like fake bumper seam deal going on. And I may just take it straight back to the fender, or I may make some cutbacks or something. I don't know. I hadn't really decided yet. I'm going to try to make that decision up here. I know I've got to cut this off, so if all else fails, I'll just cut that off and decide later. It should be pretty easy to make either way. So anyway, I'm gonna get back to work, try to get this gas cap done. Here's a question you probably asked, is how much are we actually widening this car? It looks like right at 3 inches, which is like 25, 50, it's like 75 millimeters on each side. If you are not in America and you use a normal measuring system that actually makes sense. But if you are in America, that's 6 American inches of rubber and wheel and awesomeness. Pretty excited about that. I am not going to do anything with this yet. I've just decided I'm going to wait and think. I have not, all this other stuff I've already thought about, I've already planned out in my mind. I haven't thought about this yet. But I've got to do something here and I've got to do something on the front bumper. Hadn't really decided. So I'm going to decide and then I'll build it and then it'll be awesome. I'll drive it, I guess, and then give it away. So next. So I'm going to take this tape. This stuff is super dusty, the green foam, when you sand it, it gets really dusty, so tape doesn't like to stick to it. So I'm going to try to clean it off as much as possible, and then I'm going to take this tape and put it over all of the green foam, and then I think I'm going to be done with foam. Obviously minus the bumpers, but I think that'll mean I'm done with foam and I can start fiberglass. Alright, so here's a look at kind of the pre-fiberglass version. You'll see anywhere where there was green, I covered up with blue tape. So I left all the gray, and I'm going to come back and sand that down with a disc or with a barrel sander on my Dremel tool. Basically the way this works is fiberglass goes on top of this. I'll sand this down to as thin as I can get it, and I'll lay the fiberglass in on this and fold it over into that. That'll bond it to this piece, and then once it's all dry, I'll pull it off, flip it over, and bond it from the back as well, and it'll be solid. It won't go anywhere. So the blue tape just makes it so that I can pull all of the green foam out and bond it from the back, and you'll see that when I do it. I'm also going to do this and this as well when I'm doing all this fiberglass. So make sure you stay tuned for that. I'm posting a lot more with this build, and I'm really trying to move through it as quick as possible because I can't wait to give it away. I think it's gonna be really fun. So that is coming. If you have any ideas, obviously, for this or for the rear bumper, put them in the comments. I like to see those and just to help me kind of think about it. It looks like it belongs on an Audi. So that's really exciting. The front fenders look like they work. The rear fenders look like they're made to work. Once all the fiberglass is on, it's kind of one of those like gets worse before it gets better situations, but I think it's gonna look really, really cool. So I'm excited. I'm gonna go shower. I feel pretty gross. I'll see you guys very soon.